Okay, hi mamas, it's Diane. I want to talk to you today about morning sickness and nausea. I get so many mamas asking about it.
Hey there, I'm Diane, and I am your healthy pregnancy advocate. Your beautiful pregnant body is going through a lot of changes right now, and if you're like most women, that kind of freaks you out, right? Well, have no fear. Over the last 20 plus years, I've helped thousands of mums to enjoy a relaxed, calm, and confident pregnancy. And now it's your turn.
Okay, first off, I want to say congratulations, right? You're pregnant. It's an exciting time, but we know it can be challenging, right? Especially if you're dealing with morning sickness and nausea. But listen, don't worry. I'm here to help you out. I've got some tips and some tricks for you that are going to help you make those mornings just a little bit easier. Okay, so what I'd like to do with you is go over what the causes are, what the smells are, and what the solutions are all about, because they're all intertwined together. Okay, first of all, let's talk about morning sickness. This is very interesting. Did you know that 70% of pregnant women do experience some kind of morning sickness? So that's a lot of mamas, right? It is completely natural that they usually start around 6 weeks into your pregnancy. So if you are feeling queasy in the morning, you are not alone. There's a lot of mums going through this right now. However, morning sickness is really one of the common symptoms of pregnancy, right? You know, it affects women in different ways. But for some women, it can be a mild feeling. I had very mild symptoms when I was pregnant. It didn't last more than 2 weeks, which was very lucky for me. And for others, it can be more severe. It can even lead to vomiting as well. So the term of morning sickness is really a bit of a misnomer because it can occur at any time, right? Day or night, and sometimes throughout, months in your pregnancy. So the exact cause of the sickness is not fully understood yet, but it is believed to be related to hormones, right? Hormones, of course. Specifically, it's the HCG hormone that produces elevated levels within our body, right? And that can cause nausea and vomiting. Some other factors that you might want to know that contribute to morning sickness do include low blood sugar levels and a sensitive stomach and stress. Aha, stress, right? Can you relate? If you've been following me for a while, you know that meditation, affirmations, they are my thing. So you can de-stress yourself in a matter of minutes. You know that, right? Okay, so we are going to do a morning sickness affirmation at the end of this video, right? Because I know that it's going to make a big, big difference with you. So despite its name, morning sickness, we know it can be a 24/7 kind of affair. You can be triggered by a variety of things. So some of the causes include strong smells, perfume, cooked meat, spicy, greasy food, coffee or alcohol, and sometimes even certain emotions like riding in a car or a boat. So for some women, even just the thought of certain foods or activities can be enough to trigger nausea. I know that the smell of meat cooking, as I mentioned, was something that triggered me as well, and very nauseous in any kind of moving car, so it didn't help. So it's so important to know that that does not affect your baby at all. Your nausea, it's not bothering them, it's bothering you, obviously, okay? So if you are experiencing, though, vomiting and very severe reaction to foods, know that it's important to talk to your doctor. It can lead to dehydration, and other complications. Overall, it's really important to remember that morning sickness is just a normal part of pregnancy, right? Now, what about ways to manage those symptoms? Here's something you can do. You can eat smaller, more frequent meals. You can stay hydrated and avoid the triggers that we talked about. If you're still struggling, though, and you need to talk to a healthcare provider, they might be able to offer some additional advice. One way to combat the morning sickness, as I mentioned, is to try to eat smaller, more frequent meals throughout the day. You could wake up in the morning and have some crackers by your bedside, something just to, get you started and keep you stable to prevent that nausea. And, small meals throughout the day, nothing spicy, nothing too heavy. Sometimes eating those meals are going to help keep your blood sugar levels down as well and avoid those unpleasant symptoms. That's easy enough to do, right? Just spread your food out throughout the day. A good idea also is to have a snack by your bedtime at night as well, as I mentioned, when you wake up, but just something light, okay? Crackers are a great thing, a little bit of ginger ale too. It's important to focus though on healthy foods, right? Make sure you get your fruits and your vegetables and your whole grains. Now, these foods are nutritious. They're going to be good for you. They're going to be easy on your stomach, much easier than any greasy, fatty, and spicy foods. Okay, so think of things like granola, yogurt, maybe crackers and hummus, or a piece of fruit, maybe a bit of peanut butter, things like that. Try to avoid foods that are high in sugar or fat, though, because they can sometimes contribute to nausea and vomiting. And let's see, another tip, as I mentioned, is to stay hydrated. Yeah, drinking plenty of water can help ease that nausea and prevent dehydration. So if you're having trouble keeping the water down, you might want to add some fresh slices of fruit to it, and herbs or mint or ginger, just to give it some flavor. Now, speaking of ginger, it's actually been shown to be a very effective natural remedy for nausea. You can try ginger tea, ginger chews, or even just plain good old ginger ale. Remember when you were sick and you had ginger ale? Made you feel good, right? So you might want to try adding some ginger to your meals as well. It's a really delicious spice and it's really helpful, and it'll help calm your tummy. So remember we talked about those dreaded food aversions that you might have. It's not uncommon for pregnant women to develop them very quickly and a distaste for certain foods. Now I know it can be frustrating because all of a sudden, out of the blue, you may all of a sudden not like the favorite food that you have liked. Remember, your taste buds are changing. Your hormones are doing crazy things. So try new foods. You don't know sometimes what you don't know, right? And lastly, it's important to remember that morning sickness and nausea usually will go away on its own by the end of the first trimester. So if you're around week 12, 13, hang in there. You are doing an amazing job. You know what? You're growing a human being. Soon enough, you're going to feel better and you're going to feel ready to take on the world. So in conclusion, I just want to say that morning sickness and nausea are a part of your pregnancy, mama. There are plenty of things that you can do to ease that discomfort. As I mentioned, they were eating small meals, staying hydrated, trying ginger. Don't stress out. Don't stress out. Give yourself some grace and take it easy when you need to. And after all, as I said, you are growing a baby, right? It takes a bit of work. Okay, you're doing super. So that's leading me on to the affirmations. We're going to end with an affirmation. I'm going to create one for you right now, and it's going to be something you can repeat if you like on a daily basis while you're feeling that, and maybe even create your own. So we always start off with 2 deep cleansing breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. I know I can control how I feel, how I think. I am in control of my thoughts. I am a smart mama. I look after my body. I hydrate. I eat smaller meals. When I feel nauseous or have morning sickness, I know it will fade and go away. I'm a smart mama, and I have all the remedies. This too shall pass. Okay, another deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay, take that one with you today or any day that you need it. I hope you have an amazing day, mama. Thanks for dropping by and watching the show with me today. I hope you really got something out of it. Hey, listen, I just want to remind you that if you are carrying a baby, you also need to be carrying a subscription to our YouTube channel because we're going to give you all the information that you really need to make the most out of your pregnancy and have the most enjoyable journey. And I have a very special offer I want to tell you about. I've been helping moms enjoy their pregnancy, reduce pain, and get the most out of their pregnancy for over 20 years. And I've built an online workshop that I'm doing right now to help new moms really understand the 3 fundamental secrets that you need to know so that you can go through your entire pregnancy and labor with as little pain as possible. So if you want to watch the workshops and join me, go to 𝗏𝑖𝑛gababy.io. We'll see you on the next show.